First one of the night, been waiting for these guys to show up, catching all kinds of small bluegills. It's had nothing really going on except catching little bluegills. Finally, a nice little eater crappie right here on a little swim bait. Let's see if we can get something going now that the sun is setting. It's right now behind some clouds. So let's see, let's hope for some more of these.
All right, so this time out, we were on a Wisconsin lake. In this lake we were fishing was just filled with weeds. The whole lake is just covered in weeds. We were just looking for little patches of openness where we could cast a lure in there and catch some fish. Now, we had a lot of rain and a lot of hot weather, making it really horrible fishing. So it was the biggest grind we had this summer trying to catch some of these fish. And the target species was crappie. We were going for crappie. We found some before night, some good, better ones. Nothing too giant though. But now the satellite picture here of this lake does not show any justice of all the weeds. Most of this lake, like I said, was just filled with weeds. Let's get to fishing. Here's one other thing I forgot to say. Now with all the rain, this rain raised and moved a lot of that like green dot, the green weeds around, kind of made it open up a little spots over there and over here. So the rain did help to clear up some open spots on the lake for fishing.
And there's the first little bluegill. We only got a couple hours left, maybe 3, before the sun goes, well, gets dark. We're in the afternoon. And there you go, all the way down there. A little bit better of a bluegill, still small. Let's get him on a hook and keep fishing. A couple jumps over there. There you go, another little bluegill on a minnow, or well, plastic paddle tail, post mimic tail minnow. Yeah. All right, first one of the night. Been waiting for these guys to show up, catching all kinds of small bluegills. It's had nothing really going on except catching little bluegills. Finally, a nice little eater crappie right here on a little swim bait. Let's see if we can get something going now that the sun is setting. It's right now behind some clouds. So let's see, let's hope for some more of these. I am. And there we go again with a very, very small blue. Well, it's not very small. It's another under eater size bluegill right there. Well, and there's a nice one. I'll measure this one. Look at that mouth. Got tangled up trying to untangle my reel. I don't know what the line got all tangled up in it. Next thing I know, I got done and my line's pulling on it. Something's pulling on my line and boom. Here we go. Nice crappie. Let's get them measured and put them back. We're not keeping any, but that would definitely be an eater. Really slow, really hard fishing because of all the weeds. But we're just fighting through it, trugging along. It's been rough fishing for whatever reason in August. Nothing, finding all kinds of small fish, but nothing too good. It's really hard fishing, but there we go. Kind of hoping for better, hoping for things to turn on. All right, I got a measure right here, 10 inches, number 10 right there. All right, that's a nice little eater. I keep saying little, but that's a nice eater. So I'm going to talk about something that I've figured out here. Okay, so here's a yellow one with some glitter in it. For whatever reason, the tail is really like, it's a tougher rubber, so the tail doesn't wiggle like it's supposed to. Like, you really need to reel this one to get the tail going. And now this one, you can feel it by your hand. It's a lot more softer rubber that makes that tail move easier. And then I had some green ones earlier today. These are like that orange one, really easy, nice, soft rubber. But that yellow one is a really hard rubber that makes it hard for the tail to get going. You really need to get that minnow going to move it. So yeah, I just found that out. Just like every once in a while, these small bluegills become annoying again. The bluegills are showing up again. We want the target species, and that is a crappie, but we just can't. It's slow. It's not the best. hard crappie fishing for sure to the maximum, but there are some in there. We caught them. Just, I don't know, it's rough. All these weeds. It's just such a weedy lake this year. Craziness. But let's get them on the hook, put them back. I'm missing a lure. I had a popper on there. Went for that northern. That's what it was. Cut my line right off. So yeah, but it was a broken popper. The hair on the back of that popper was gone. It was broken. It is what it is. But I kind of maybe thought maybe it's the big bass. Who knows? Throw it out there. Got a northern on. Hopefully it's gone now and I can focus on catching my crappies before it gets too dark. But it's just been a crazy night. Crazy night. Northern's attacking my panfish when I'm reeling them in. A lot of small ones, a lot of hard fishing because of the weeds. Lures ain't wanting to work right. We got some nice crappies, but it's a rough time trying to catch them. I want to stay here and see if I can catch some more, but it's just a rough fishing. And there's probably our smallest crappie of the whole day, the whole afternoon. They're getting smaller now. Let's put this guy back and then we're going to talk about what I'm using here. Alright, so this is a little white jig head. 1 inch paddle tail swim bait, 8 packs fishing tackle, 10-pound test, Suffix Advance is what I'm using. And then the rod here I'm using is a longer, smaller rod with the 10-pound test, kind of for bass I'm using it for. Right there's the name. What we got here? Right there's the name. And then a quantum reel. It's a nice little setup. And right now I need the stronger line for the weeds that I'm dealing with. And then the sensitivity to feel these bites a little bit more. And to feel the weeds, I guess, too. Because there's 100, you know, the whole lake is filled with it. Look at this. Alright, now we got it's not like a big bluegill, it's not an eater bluegill, but it's almost there. But it's round, it's beefy, it's a muscly bluegill. Let's get him back and try to catch more crappies here. There's a bass right over there in that weed pile that keeps popping up, but I lost my popper now. Well, okay, you guys see all the bubbles, right? I was reeling this crappie in, and a northern came up and hit it. I seen it earlier when I was reeling in a bluegill. He didn't attack the bluegill, but he was right behind it. There's a northern right in here. Good size one. But look at this guy. He might have got bit, how it looks. Like his tail's a little, he's got some blood there and his fins are all wrecked. He might have got bit by the northern. But yeah, that northern came up and hit him hard. I felt a good tug, but he came loose, swam that way, the northern went that way. Alright, let's put this guy back from that nightmare. Believe me or not, it's up to you. But I didn't catch that one. Too busy trying to get this guy on, or get him in, because there's only so few crappies. I know it was a crappie, so it's like, oh, gotta get him in, blah, 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 blah. Let's put him back and get back to fishing. Enough talk. Alright, we're in the dark a little bit. Not dark, but get in there. Another little crappie. Smallest one we caught today, upgraded. That one's just a small one. Yeah, mosquitoes came out full force. Had to put on the mosquito spray. Just got attacked. Just got pure out attacked. We're on a fishing dock, of course. So yeah, mosquitoes came out full force. Had to go running for the mosquito spray. It's a little bit better now, but they're still kind of all over. Mosquitoes won't leave me alone. Plus the fish ain't really biting. So we're gonna get out of here. Said lock the gate. They gotta lock the gate during the night, or if they don't, they have a bunch of people coming in here tearing up the lawn and all that, because it's kind of a wettish lawn, kind of a swampy area. So they get a lot of people tearing up the lawn, so they try to keep the gates closed to the public park and public lake here and all that. So he just told me, lock the gate. we're out. Hopefully you guys are having way better fishing than me. I bet you are, because you guys are all legends. And I'm struggling. So, we'll see you all later. Fish on, hopefully find some big ones. Right. Here we are locking the gate.